Vegeta, I'm gonna take you down.
Alright everyone, JB here, and we are back with another Legends video on the channel today. Now today we're going to be looking at possible powerful opponents, units that they bring for the summon for the 4th anniversary that I feel like would make sense. You know, they got a few options that they can really just throw out there. But you know, before we get into today's video, as always, you know, if you're new to the channel, like the content that you see around the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It does help my channel out. We're trying to hit 4K before probably the end of this month. So, you know, once we hit that, probably do a giveaway for you guys, all that good stuff. But first things first, we're gonna go ahead and talk about, you know, a couple possible units that they can bring, because Legends, they got options, and then right now a lot of people are looking for MUI to be the hero anniversary unit, because they've been bumping USS a lot lately, where you got, you know, full power Jiren, the Golden Frieza, the Whis, I think it was somebody else, but I don't quite remember. But we're gonna look into the game right now, and first thing we're gonna go over is probably GT, because GT is something that I feel like they need a boost. They haven't had nothing really new for like the past couple months, and I feel like they really need a boost. Now, if you look down here, I feel like if we go right here and click on Super Baby 2 right here, I feel like they could bring the LF for him, because it would just make sense, because the only units that right now that are probably like meta is probably Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and other than that, the only thing they added was probably the Zenkai for the purple Super Saiyan 4, and then, you know, the red SSJ 4 Vegeta, and then you also got the LF Goku as well. But honestly, they could do better with probably bringing him, you know, for the Big Bad Boss banner, summon, however you want to call it. So it would make sense, because they can bring him as an LF, they can bring him in this form right here, or the Super Baby Vegeta form, before he transforms into this one, which would make sense, you know, because they need a buff. You know, they haven't had nothing probably since last year, and you know, I feel like that's something that they could really do better at. And then if we go down here, now, not exactly this cooler right here, like this exact unit, but like this form in general right here, like this meta cooler, they can bring him as well and make it LF, you know, because it just, he's also in the movies as well with Goku and Vegeta, so it makes sense. He'll be a Big Bad Boss, and you know, they could bring him, or they could probably bring Final Form cooler, but I don't know. I don't think they would do that. I feel like the chances of them bringing this cooler, you know, he was in the movie as well, so it still is a chance they could bring him as well. But honestly, I don't think they would, because, you know, I feel like people will be more hyped for Meta Cooler, or maybe it's just me, you know, it might just be me in general, but they could probably bring him as well. And then like I said, guys, there's a lot of units they can bring, because they're gonna bring the summon for this, because trust me on this, guys, when the banners drop on the 4th anniversary, I'm gonna call this, because 1st anniversary they dropped Golden Frieza, Buhan. 2nd anniversary, Fusion Zamasu, and then 3rd they dropped Corrupt Zamasu. And it wouldn't make sense for them not to you know, continue the trend. But obviously they're gonna drop somebody to buff up a tag, you know, that way that tag to at least compete in the meta that's going on right now, because Kaioken is going crazy. But another person they probably could bring, like I was saying, let's look down here. I think he'll be up here. So if you look at this Broly right here, this is obviously, I'm not talking about this is the DBZ Broly from the movies, not the show, because he wasn't canon. But Dragonball Super Broly, we already got an LF for him, and that was a while back. So it would make sense for these guys to bring this guy, not this exact same one. They could bring him in this form right here, give him an LF. That way they can bump up sagas from the movie, or it could bring him in this form right here. I feel like it'd be really dope if they brought him in this form because he also was in the movie. Both of these forms were in the movie, and they could bring him as an LF. Give him some different things. I would be curious of how they do his kit. Just me personally, I do want Broly. Like for me, it's mainly Broly, but it's probably between Broly and Janemba. Because let's be honest, Broly was a menace in the movies. Everybody loves him as well. He's probably not as hyped, probably as MUI, but he was still, I feel like, balance it out, even it out. So maybe if some people don't get MUI, there's a chance that they can get him if they drop him. And I feel like that would be really, really dope. Now, another thing that I also want to go over, they could, besides them probably bringing Broly, Janemba is another thing that they can bring, because Janemba, come on now, this guy was in the movies with Gogeta, like one of like the better movies as well, like the older movies from the Fusion Reborn. Now, if you look at this, they could bring this guy, and I feel like it'd be dope because I actually like this guy. He especially with his super attack where he pretty much disappears. You just see the effect on here on the card, but when he pretty much disappears and he does the sword attack, I feel like they could use that as an LF. Would make sense. And same thing with Broly. Personally, I think for like the LF that they can bring, it could probably be I think it's called it's not on this guy probably. Like, they call it Eraser Cannon, but there's another one called, I think, Omega Blaster or something like that, where he threw like the giant one. It's like Key Blast, something like that. And that could be like an LF too, because we all know that this Broly right here, Buff Broly, he was a menace in the movies, so it would only make sense if they brought him or Janemba. I personally recommend them bringing them two, or they could probably bring someone else that we don't know. But you guys let me know in the comment section down below, because I might be wrong. They could also bring Buhan, because we haven't had a Buhan since the first anniversary, and this guy, he's old, like very, very old. So yeah, that's what I pretty much think, because it's gonna make sense, guys. You're gonna see MUI. They might drop. It would make sense for them probably to drop both summons on the same day. They might just drop, the hero banner. They're gonna drop that for the first part, but then the second part drop like the Big Bad Boss banner, and it would make sense. But if they drop it on the same day, they're probably gonna do step up summons, discounted summons. It makes sense, because if they were just like regular summons, it wouldn't really be much of an anniversary, And let me know what you guys think. They might have some tickets in there as well that I feel like they're gonna have some tickets where they have another summon for you guys to possibly get the new unit. And besides those hype units, or that they can bring, there's probably I don't know. I think they might bring like an extra unit, like a new unit, not a Legends Limited, but just a new unit that, if you don't get the new unit, you can get that unit, and it'll be kind of even for you to put on whatever teams that you think that'll be best for them. But honestly, that's what I think, guys. It's possible that they can bring somebody from the movie sagas or GT. Those two specifically, because GT hasn't had nothing really for a while. Same thing with movie sagas. Not too much really. But let me know what you guys think. That's what I think about on the situation. We got about 2 weeks before the anniversary comes, and that's how it's gonna fly by. It's gonna fly by real fast. So let me know what you guys think. As always, it's your boy JB. I'm out.